Hello and welcome into the Eye of the Hurricane, and Annie Young joins us now, the head golf coach at TU, and I can't believe it. As chilly as it is, you guys are ready to play golf, but you start in Dallas coming up here in a few days, huh?
Yeah, we leave for Dallas on Saturday for it's a mini event. There were a few teams that had an extra day of play left over, so we're going to go down to Dallas Athletic Club and play.
As you look back on the fall, what did you accomplish and how does that kind of build for this year?
You know, as we talked, I think last fall, we talked about how close we were. We didn't quite get it done with 4 scores every time, but they've put in some good work over the break, and so hopefully we can put 4 good scores every tournament together.
But you did have some good results, obviously, a lot of top 10 finishes by some of your young ladies, and then some top 5 finishes for the team, right?
Yeah, so a lot of good individual performances, and then we played really nice at K-State. I thought we were going to pull that one off, but they had some really good glimpses of good golf, and you know, we've got a tough schedule coming up, so hopefully we come ready to play.
All right, so I'm going to ask you what has changed since we last talked, and one of the things is your assistant coach, Eric Moore, joins us now. Tell us about him.
Yeah, so Eric's originally from Owasso, which is really exciting. He wanted to get back to Oklahoma. Head coach, has a lot of good experience, really good golfer. And so he's going to add a lot to the program. It's different when you do a mid-year hire. It's a little difficult, but we got lucky with this one. He's going to be a good asset to the team.
All right, so as you kind of gear it up, the standbys, the Lorena Singhs, Dobson, some of those players, you kind of have an idea what you have there. What are you looking for as far as like the depth on this team is concerned, down in the 4s and the 5s?
Yeah, so our 4s and 5s at times have been able to shoot under par, and so it's kind of jam-packed. Some of our 4s could play 2 at times, and so it just comes down to them, again, putting 3 good rounds during a tournament together and see if we're young, and so, I think they learned a lot last semester. See if we can't come out hot in the beginning.
Yeah, and the weather is not cooperating, obviously. You have a good day, a bad day, but that's pretty normal for this time of year. So how often have you been able to get outside?
Oh, we've been out a lot. Part of golf is in the spring you're going to have some cold weather, so we get out and we try to toughen ourselves up and play in tough conditions, get ourselves ready. Yesterday was unfortunate we weren't able to get out, but today, it's chilly, but we're going to get out and get out there and get some good practice in. So a lot of good days too. We've had a 60s and that kind of deal. So we're getting good practice in.
Is it a positive in Oklahoma to have all the varying weather situations as a head coach as you look at your girls, not only the good weather, and and I don't want to say it's easy to play in good weather, but you don't have those conditions. But then to have the other stuff happen as you're playing?
Oh, much. Yeah, it's a big benefit. When you're going through it, maybe you don't think of that, but I know like in my recruiting experience, I picked an Oklahoma school because I knew I was going to get better where, we'd play against California schools and we just hoped the weather would be bad so that we knew they weren't used to playing in that kind of weather.
I know competition is so important in any team, and I know you almost before every match, every tournament, you kind of have a playoff, right? I mean, the young ladies have to continue to compete, right?
Yeah, so we call it qualifying, and we'll, this last time we had for 3 spots and then 2 coaches pick, so that'll vary as the season gets going along. If they stay competitive with one another, we'll keep qualifying a little bit, but it just keeps them fresh and keeps them in the mindset of playing really good golf.
And I'm trying to understand this a little bit, but the top players who continue to consistently play well, maybe they don't have to qualify as often, or
well, they're still playing in the qualifier, but yes, right. I mean, the ultimate goal as a coach is you want to take your best team. So I'm not going to leave a player home if they're playing really good in tournaments.
Right.
That's what it comes down to, is how do you play when it comes down to tournament golf.
All right, so this first time out against SMU, what are you expecting, and what's the field like?
Field's really good. Top 25 programs in it, some Big 12 programs, and so you know what? It's a 36-hole event. I'd like us to put 2 good rounds together and see where we fall in the mix of everything. So that's the goal.
All right. Well, good luck. Have fun down there, and we will certainly look forward to seeing your team back here again. It is on. It is ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Annie Young joining us here at TU Women's Golf.